All right, we are back. It's the following day. If you watched the previous video, I had to go and grab the materials and whatnot to do this headlight. Do the headlights. I just felt like crap yesterday after getting around in town, and I come back and mowed the lawn and that, and I just felt exhausted. I just went and had a shower and I sat down and I didn't get up. But we're going to get stuck straight into it. For those who wanted to know how the headlights came out of the car, it's just 3 10mm bolts, nuts, bolts. It's these. There's 3. On the side here, just there. Another one. There's those 2. And the other one's here. Not just sits there. Now in the car, the one that sits by itself would sit here, which you can access really easily. The other 2 are on the inside and they slide through there. One will come through here and the other will come through there. The 10mm nuts go on. Yeah, so you gotta get down there with a, you can use one of these. I just use that. It's a little ratchet with a long 10mm on it. Easy, takes 2 seconds. As for the lights or the bulbs, you just twist them in, twist them out. You got these little clips on the edge here, and they just pop straight in and twist. So you just twist it, pull it out, and that's it. Didn't have to remove the battery. The battery stays there. There was plenty of room to get down there and pull it out. So there was no need for that. So I figured leave it in. Saves the extra, well, it doesn't take long to take a battery out, but you know. Yeah, screwdrivers work good. Right, keep them in their little container. I'm going to take this out just for now, because if we go and put the oven on and then 100 degrees, I think it's for 10 minutes, 100 degrees, 10 minutes. Alright, so we're going to put this on 100. Alright, so the oven's up the temperature. Make sure you got all the make sure you got all the electrics off it. You don't know that on there. There we go. Alright, so that actually works alright. But my advice, if you're doing this for the first time, is down here on the corners, bottom right corner, you can see here you've got like a bit of room to, like, you know, just jam a screwdriver in once it's heated up and just start getting open it, and that'll open it up to the rest of the light. You'll get that perfect line, because I find that to be the safest place to start. So remember that on your lights. Alright guys, so we're back down the shed. We got one of the lights done apart. This one here with this, we might just use the heat gun on that one, because I'm not real keen on putting this in the oven. Though it does, the sealant that's on there, it's, you know, it started to, it didn't take real long, you know, 5-10 minutes, 100 degrees in the oven, and it was good enough to start pulling apart. It did require a bit of force, keep that in mind, pardon me. But like I said guys, down here is the best place to start prying it apart. This bit on the outside is just like a flexible, hard plastic, rubber. You can bend that back with the screwdriver goes in, and then you could just start prying. And yeah, they come apart pretty easily once it's done. Now we got to take this bit out of here. I'm pretty sure, like I said guys, I'm doing this for the first time as well, so bear with me. Sorry. Yeah, bear with me. Flip it over. Well, it looks like these two screws here. Let's do it. So I'll tear this one out. So you just keep everything that you're taking off these lights in somewhere safe. So the last thing you need is just things going missing, and it's sort of drama. Alright, take that out. So it just takes that off, whatever. There are these little clips here. Okay. Does that just slide out? I'm not sure. That was weird. Maybe it was on that, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure what I just took out didn't. So the next thing we need to do is sand, a bit of sanding. Some people leave the this bit here on, leave the rings chrome around there, just tape it up and do the rest in a black color or whatever. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we could leave the rings on or just go full black. Maybe a little bit of chrome on there wouldn't be so bad, would it? Alright, so we will get some sandpaper. See how it's fucking annoying? These fucking ants, they're back. I've got up in the other shed, I brought a shitload of fucking ant stuff to set up a perimeter. Yeah, have a little drink, you fucking cunts. Set up a little perimeter so the ants stay away. We'll be using that at some point. I've got to clip the shed clean out. Do these lights first. 400, where are we? 800. I know 400 is amongst yous. Tell me where. There we are. 400. This does say Pino Clean, but it ain't Pino Clean. It's just a mix of car wash or whatever I put in it that day. Like an idiot, I sanded a bit over the chrome on the ring. Fuck. I don't think we can get that back because that chrome is off. Fuck. And I don't want to drive all the way to town for a fucking bit of chrome paint. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Well, these are, I don't know if these show, where's the other light? Because you do have these chrome rings there. I don't know whether they show or not. They show a little bit. Look what I've done right there. I guess it doesn't really, it's not really that bad, I guess. Fuck it. Let's just do some more and we'll go back to it. So yeah, another tip, watch out where you sand. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, so here's where we are. I've managed to get 98% of this chrome off. There's just some areas like around the rings and that here. These little bits here aren't too bad because this bit sits over the top there, sits in there. It's just some areas you just can't get it out, you know. It's just impossible. I don't have that much fucking patience. For the most part, I was sanding this thing for about a good hour, at least. I've greased and waxed it, cleaned it. That's ready for paint. It's dry, no water on it because I gave it a wash just before I greased and waxed it, get everything off it. Sanding, if you want to shorten the time, get a little detailed sander like this. 180 grit I found it worked the best. It got the chrome off pretty good, but then after going with 180, move up to 400, and then maybe even 800 after that, just to give you a bit more of a smooth finish. You can get this type of sandpaper here, non-clog stuff, works good. But it does take a long time to sand all that off. Alright, add some paint. So this shit doesn't fuck up. Alright guys, so we're adding some paint on. This is the paint that I'm using. It's fucking engine paint. This engine type paint, it's resist you know, can resist heat and whatnot. So, be good for the lights. I just heated it up a little bit with the heat gun. Not too much, just a little bit. Before I added some paint onto it. Read on the forum, some guy said put this in the oven for about 2-3 minutes, you know, just get a bit of heat on it. You know, but I'll just use a heat gun. If you're doing this job, a heat gun, I find, you don't need it, but it is a lot easier when you got one. And the only reason why I say that is because when you're sanding any bits and pieces, you're going to come across this shit here. You're going to come across this on edges, and you don't want to, you know, put it in the oven, let it heat up, then pull it out, wipe it. You know, every time you come across a little bit like this that's on something or sticking it to the side, you know, you can just grab the heat gun, heat it up, wipe it away with a rag, and that's it. So, right, I think I'll whack another coat on this. 2 light coats, and then we'll finish off with 1 heavy coat, and then we'll let that bitch dry. And while it's drying, I'll start sanding the other one, like an idiot. Another hour. Yeah, just want to get this job done, man. This job is a fiddly job, but I guess the end result is what you want, eh? You got to take your time, man, to do this. Yeah, like I said, don't go any lower than 180 grit, because you leave too many marks on the plastic, you know, and then you just add more work to yourself to get that stuff out, those lines out. So 180, don't push heavy, just nice and light. Just get the chrome off, get as much of that chrome off as you can. As you can see, there was some chrome left on around these little areas here and there, but this paint, if there is chrome on there that you couldn't get off, at least try and scuff it. Scuff it the best you can with a Scotch-Brite pad, sandpaper, whatever you can do, whatever means necessary to get some lines on that so the paint's got something to stick to. This paint here that I'm using right now, it actually works really good. There has been no effects afterwards, no crow's feet, nothing. So I'm actually really happy with that. So yeah, hopefully that helps one of you guys out if you're doing this job. Like I said, be prepared, because this shit is not a joke. It takes time and it's fiddly. Okay, so you can see the paint's dry. She's good to go back in. Yeah, that's it. So now we can give your glass a clean up, plastic, glass, whatever you got, give it a clean up. This one here is ready to be resealed. So it came out. I'm pretty happy with the end result. So yeah, we're gonna go back up, fire the oven up, heat these up. Like I said, just make sure you got everything that needs to go back in. Make sure you got your seal bits here nice and clean. You can reheat the old sealant that's on there if you like. Like I said, I gave the glass a good clean with 1500 and that, and then I gave it a bit of a polish. You can do the same process for plastic. Alright, so we'll take this up, fire the oven up, and we'll get it in there and we'll reseal it. That way we can get this one back onto the car. And then we'll do the same with the other. And that's job done. Alright, so let's do it. Alright, so in the oven, it's been in there for 5-10 minutes now. I'm going to pull it out, walk it down to the shed. Remember guys, wear gloves, because this sealant shit, it gets all over the place, gets on your hands, it's hard to get that shit off. Gloves does make a big difference, plus this is hot. I can turn this off, we don't need it anymore. Grab this fucker out. Well, this is the way I do it. There are probably other ways you can do it, but this works fine. That's what I mean about gloves, man, because that is fucking hot. Alright, I'll take you down to the shed. Alright, I'm gonna move one of these gloves for the camera. Alright, like I said, I put fresh sealant in around here. Try not to get any on that. Like I said, once you've done this step, make sure you got everything set before you do this shit. What I mean by that's clean all in there. If you want it clean, clean all that. Make sure the parts are back in the way they were. Apply this, and you can see that's nice and warm. I'm going to add that onto that and get them clips that we took off earlier, put them on. Is that we need, how hot is that? Still fucking pretty hot. I take my gloves off because I don't want to get sealant on any of this, you know. This, even though it's still hot, so, but fuck it. Set this shit on here. Alright, we compress it together. Once you see it oozing out of the top, grab your clamps. And you just want to make sure that that wider bit goes to the back and the smaller bits on the front. Just remember how we took it off. Squeeze it together. Takes a bit of force. I'll just sit that shit there, hopefully. Just put it there. There we go. Right, that one's on. And that actually makes it nice and compressed. You can see the sealant there, it's nice and closed in. Once it's done, we can put another layer of sealant on top here if we want to and just fill the gaps, and just for extra precaution. Keep your rag on fucking standby. Work your way around, guys, doing that. Alright, you can see we got a bit of sealant on the front here. We can get that off with the heat gun, wet sand, whatever. As long as we get this shit back sealed together, I'm happy with that. Now, after you do this, guys, I don't recommend driving your car, at least for, you know, I'm not going to drive this car till tomorrow. I'm going to let it sit overnight till these dry. I'm going to put them back in the car and then just let them dry in there. Once the clamps are on, you can see the clamps here are on. That really helps putting those clamps back on. That's just sealed up really nicely there. I'll put another bead around the whole thing, especially on this little area here where that hole is. We'll try and work something out about getting some silicone over the top of that and just make it nice and clean all the way around the edges. Alright guys, that's it, we're done. We sealed them up where that hole was. I just put an extra little bit of sealant there, cover the hole. We put an extra little bit of sealant around the edges. We're going to give these headlights a polish and a clean up proper. Once we get them back into the car, you can see they're a little bit dirty on the outside, but it's sealed up good. Now I'm just going to reinstall the bulbs on the back, put the nuts back in, and we'll go from there. So we're done. There we go. Lights are in. I'm still going to give them a wet sand and a quick polish on the glass, just for good measure. I just want to get this bit of footage before it gets too dark. Also, another tip, guys, if you get sealant, which you probably will, it gets all over your hands and you're trying to push these two back together with the sealant in between, you're bound to get some on your plastic or your glass headlight. right at the end when you want to clean them. Just get some of this shit, or a rag, doesn't matter. Grab a cloth, grease and wax. Grease and wax, simple. You can see, you can try and wet sand this stuff off. There's a little bit here. You can wet sand it off. It comes off with wet sand if you want to colour sand it. It will come off. You just spray a little bit of grease and wax on it like that. And for real, just that easy. It just comes straight off. There it is. 2 seconds. And believe me, it just saves so much time. So grease and wax and a rag, guys, when you want to clean the headlight at the end, just give it a spray, give it a wipe over, get all that sealant that you might have got on there with your fingerprints and whatever else. I'm also going to go over this with 1500 grit, just over the whole glass section, and then give it a polish. Just for that extra little clean look. Yeah. So it didn't turn out too bad. I'm actually pretty happy with the results on the final thing. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I don't know, maybe you could take something away from this. My advice or tips through this, first things first, get some rubber fucking gloves. Straight out. Rubber gloves and like cloth gloves, garden gloves, whatever. Reason for the rubber ones, sealant, you're gonna be putting gloves on, off, sealant, and it's just a lot easier just to use your finger when you're sealing it up, you know, putting stuff around. The cloth ones are for the heat when they're in there, the oven. Yeah, so rubber gloves, cloth gloves, a heat gun. That came in handy through this process so much, it wasn't even funny. I recommend getting a heat gun for this process. Also, guys, just the materials that you need are fairly cheap. That Duplicolor, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's some good spray paint. That is some good stuff. I'd recommend this stuff. It's engine paint, so it does withhold the heat. Now, you can get whatever colour you desire, whatever suits your needs for your car. This doesn't only apply to this type of car. I'm pretty sure you could probably do this to any type of model of car. If you've got a Supra and you want the chrome look instead of, if you've got the black lights, you want the chrome look, shit, go out and buy some engine chrome paint, you know, and just do the exact same process except spray paint it chrome. Other than that, it's, I'm pretty happy with the result. It turned out pretty good. I'm just going to hook this light up real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, the results came out pretty good. This was the light with all the drama. I've sealed up, I've put extra silicone around, or sealant, whatever you want to call it, around that broken glass bit at the top. We did find a hole in this one, which I also sealed up. The way I did it, I just put a piece of cardboard on the inside of the light, and then filled the outside with sealant, let it dry, and then just peeled the cardboard away once it was dry, and it just came off, and that just left the nice sealant on the outside of it. Pretty straightforward stuff, you know. Yeah, so that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. I always like to see what people got to say. If there's any other tips and tricks, by all means put them in the comments, so other people might see this as a tutorial and want to do it to their car. Subscribe if you wish. I could always use more subscribers. I'm trying to build this channel up, so hopefully I can get some more subscribers. Yeah, and just give this a go, guys. It was pretty straightforward. The sanding was probably the biggest drama of it all. But if you sand it right, like I said, detailer, 180 grit, and that was it. So yeah, all left was the mess, but I'm going to do that tomorrow, so I'm done for the day. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That'll be it for this one. Should have a bit of a mess to clean up in here tomorrow. Like I was saying, I'll be making some more videos of the car. I want to get do some clay barring on it. The paint for the most part is pretty immaculate how it is now. But I really just want to get this car real clean. Extremely clean, I want to try and get it, so. But it's, right now it really is a spotless looking car. But I think we can improve upon that. And get it that one step further. Yeah, you got to look after the stuff you own. So, but yeah, there we are. You can't really see now, guys, because it is getting pretty dark. I could have waited till tomorrow to get this video, but I want to upload this tonight. Like I said, if you're doing this job, have patience, guys. You really need patience. Yeah, and we'll test the leaks and that in the headlights. Hopefully we've sealed it up good with that Sikaflex or whatever it's called. That shit's just all over the place. Don't tell me to just unlock this off again. Oh my God. Stay shut. Tomorrow. There you go, guys. There we are. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.